Subtitles ready? Today, while do crazy experiments using my hamster's treadmill as a mixer. After countless attempts, I finally created fries that are so spicy they make your eyes water and leave you craving more. Whoop whoop. Are the birds good or bad? Let's set it on fire. Don't let tough times drag you down. Challenges are often the spark of innovation. Just ask the founder of the globally loved spicy goodness. This guy's childhood was full of struggles. Growing up in a Mexican immigrant family, yep, he got bullied non-stop. Dad was always in a bad mood and took it out on him, while Mom tried to envelop him in love with her delicious tacos. Because of his brown skin, he and a girl named Judy were always ostracized, and some classmates even tossed his mom's tacos on the ground. Faced with insults, Richard kept his cool and boldly lifted his taco, shouting, "This is heavenly food." Even though the chubby guy pretended to be dismissive, he just couldn't resist trying it first. The little brother held his breath taking the taco, but once he bit into it, pure satisfaction appeared on his face. Subtitles. The chubby guy couldn't resist the urge to grab it, but Richard firmly shouted out, 25 cents. His response not only eased embarrassment, but unexpectedly made him the school's taco dealer. As the tacos became a hit among classmates, Richard's piggy bank started to fill up, and Judy's crush on him skyrocketed. What a match made over a box of milk. Knowing Judy loved chocolate, Richard eagerly saved up some money to buy her a few bars for his future wife. But then the cops, mistaking him for a thief because of his brown skin, asked, "Where do you think you?" Like many clever kids, Richard dreamed of a beautiful world, even imagining the police giving him $50 as encouragement. But in reality, cops took him away, as if saying the world sees you as a criminal. You might just become one. This led to Richard being expelled in first grade, setting him on a fast track to crime. As he grew up, he and his wife joined a gang, stepping into a life filled with danger and challenges. All these challenges seemed to scream that life is anything but easy, especially when family finances hit rock. And then, a turning point arrived quietly. His wife looked at her growing belly with newfound determination. She said to Richard, "The path towards redemption is certainly not a straight and unwavering one." After their second child was born, the suffering continued. His wife had to sell things on the street while cradling the baby just to get by. Big brother's shoes fell apart and had to be fixed with gum. What a sticky situation. Instead of blaming Richard, his wife kept encouraging him to get back on his feet. When a man is out fighting the good fight, family support and trust are the strongest shields. To help her husband find a stable job, his wife lovingly crafted a resume. But with his low education and long rap sheet, Richard struggled to even land a basic security job. Until one day, his son accidentally stuck gum on a white man's car, and the driver erupted with rage. This insult pushed Richard to the edge, but his wife quickly stepped in, telling him, "Having the cops show up will just make things worse." At that moment, his young son and daughter were both right there on the street. The careless comments seemed to touch on old humiliations, sending the family into deep thought, and in despair, Richard had to put his pride aside. He turned to an old gang friend for help, and finally got a job as a janitor at the Fiddly Snack Factory. But when he got the application form, Richard was stunned. The job required a high school diploma. His wife helped him fabricate a fake diploma. Though it troubled his conscience, he compromised for the family. On the following day, carrying a mix of nervousness and hope in his heart, he entered the Fiddly factory, yet the interviewer swiftly detected his deception. Not wanting to disappoint his wife, Richard had to plead quietly with his supervisor for a chance. Ultimately, the interviewer was moved by his sincerity and gave him a chance, unaware it would revolutionize the factory. Once hired, Richard worked hard, promising the supervisor he would become the best janitor ever. Even though the cleaning department consisted of just him and another person doing repetitive work, he felt like every wipe was an important mission. Over time, Richard grew fascinated with factory machines, not seeing them as harsh survival tools. He mustered the courage to ask an engineer about the workings of the machines. What bravery! However, The factory had strict rules. It was forbidden for janitors to talk to supervisors, let alone ask technical questions. Subtitle: Richard dreamed of using a mop to severely teach those people a lesson, but it could only remain in his imagination. After being rejected multiple times, he bravely approached an engineer named Krentz, but Krentz wasn't keen on spilling any technical secrets. When things got awkward, Krentz stepped in to mediate and explain the factory hierarchy. At the front sat the department heads, each enjoying juicy salaries and fancy retirements. They were living it up. They'd frequently clink glasses to celebrate. Then came the floor supervisors, good salaries but hefty responsibility. Despite the lack of guarantees and the drudgery of repetitive tasks, Richard somehow managed to find joy in it.